Hello, everyone. Sorry about that, and welcome to Historically Black Sense News. I'm Shemai Cook, your host, and tonight we have a great show for you tonight. And so let's get started. Our first guests are the winners of the 2025 University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff Homecoming Step Show. Please welcome Joshua Thompson, the Step Master, and Jackson Williams, the Assistant Step Master of the Rho Gamma chapter of Phi Mu Alpha Symphonia Music Fraternity of America Incorporated to the show. Hello, gentlemen. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
What's up, my guy? How you
doing? Congratulations on winning the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff Homecoming Step Show. Can you take us behind the scenes of the creative process that went to putting this award-winning performance?
It kind of started over the summer, man. Took a while for us to kind of decide a theme, but once we decided what we were going to do, our theme was centers. So once we decided what we was going to do, it was just about putting the team together and getting the ideas of how we were going to put the show together and make it a story, make it a production, and have all the parts go together well and make sense and all of that type of stuff. And then we just plugged in the steps from there, and that was about it.
And I will also say that we all decided to make a very, very big commitment to winning the step show.
Absolutely.
And showing our Phi chapter.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As step master and assistant step master, what does it take to lead your brothers through the intense preparation for a competition like this? Can you talk about that?
Man, it's a lot of pushing, motivating, just making sure that they know that that they can make it through, that they're good enough. We kind of handpicked them, you know what I'm saying? So I was confident in everybody that, that we decided to have on the team and stuff like that. And so it was just all about keeping them motivated, knowing that we were, out to get this goal of winning the whole thing. And, that kind of just kept everybody going and, just made the whole thing go, how it goes.
I ain't even got nothing to add to that. You said everything you needed to say.
Absolutely. Now, you guys didn't just win, but you guys broke a streak for, you beat the 15-year streak for the AKA chapter over at University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. How did that feel when you guys found out you kind of made history in a way with this win? How did that feel for your chapter?
I would definitely say shocking, honestly, to say the least.
Absolutely.
Because honestly, we really didn't even know that for real.
Yeah.
But we definitely wanted to show out and show out for our chapter, really.
Yeah.
And when they announced that we beat a whole 15-year streak, it just made the reveal even more shocking, honestly. Mm-hmm. But I will say, even if it wasn't a streak, we were still gonna shout and do what we got to do.
Absolutely, man. Just the work we put in, knowing that it's been so long for our chapter, for us to kind of get a big moment like that. It was just a monumental feeling. I didn't even have words, when they made our announcement. It was just kind of emotions just coming out of me, but it felt great.
Yeah, your chapter talks about creating a welcoming space where the campus community can connect through music. Mm-hmm. How has winning this step show helped you engage with the wider UAPB community? And what's next for the chapter?
Man, it's been a big year, big 2025 for us in general, but winning this step show was kind of just the culmination of that, just the culmination of the hard work and, all the stuff that we've done over this past year. And, in terms of the campus, it's just everybody been talking to us, man. Like everybody been like, yeah, man, y'all show went crazy and, all this type of stuff. We've been hearing that ever since, we got off the stage basically. So, I'll kind of let him speak on what's next for us and stuff like that. But, it's kind of just been huge in terms of reaching everybody, across the campus, especially the people that may have not known us before then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely have had a bigger reach out on campus ever since we've won the step show and actually put our name out there. Now, I will also say what's next. Next semester in the spring will be 20 years that the Rho Gamma chapter has been chartered. So stay tuned for all the events we got planned for that. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
man.
We're doing it big next semester.
Yeah,
We're doing real
absolutely.
Well, everybody at University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff, make sure you guys check them out. Congratulations, gentlemen, and best of luck to you in the future.
Hey, man, thank you for having us on, man.
We really
it's a
appreciate
pleasure.
that.
Big
Thank
opportunity.
You.
We thank you guys for the exposure and just for everything that you've done, the post and all of that type of stuff. We appreciate it all.
So. We love the fact that you had us on here.
Yeah.
No doubt. We're more than happy to share your story. Congratulations once again. Thank you for coming on Historically Black Sense News. Thank you.
Man. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, recently, Livingstone College student leaders hosted a 100 men in suits event, and joining us now are the student organizers of the event. Please welcome Hunter Howard, Livingstone sophomore class president, Joshua Damanis, Livingstone sophomore class treasurer, and in the 97th SGA president of Livingstone College, Jeremiah Brown Jr., and Kion Courtney, the 21st, Mr. Livingstone College. Hello, gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Can you guys hear me?
How you doing?
How y'all doing tonight? Can you guys hear
We're
me?
having a little bit of trouble hearing on our end.
How y'all doing tonight?
We're doing well.
Good. You guys have a bit delay, but we'll work with that. The 100 men in suits event. It's such a powerful. It's okay. It's live television. We'll work with it.
Are you just gonna go for the delay? No.
It's a bit delay, but with live television, we're gonna keep it going. The 100 men in suits event is such a powerful and visual statement. Can you talk about the environment behind organizing this visual statement? Can you talk about the environment behind organizing?
100 Men, 100 Suits. We all came together, as well as our student activity advisor. We wanted to do something great for the campus. We noticed how big of an impact it's had at NASAP over the summer when we traveled there. So we just wanted to be a part of something great as well.
I would also like to say that having this opportunity to do 100 men in 100 suits, it really opened up our eyes and also other students on campus eyes as to, how to dress up, the different styles you could do with ties, with different suit jackets, with different dress shoes, just being able to see people on campus come out and support us was very big for us.
Especially with being at an HBCU and what Livingstone College has been represented as in the past, it really changed the perception of our students on what Black men could be on an HBCU campus and what we could become post-graduation.
Just tagging along with all of them said, it definitely opened the eyes of different students on campus to show them that it's okay to wear a suit, because some of them probably felt uncomfortable before. But as we gathered and all of us wearing suit and ties, it definitely opened their eyes and made it acceptable for Black men to be in suits.
Planning an event like this, it takes serious coordination. How did your different leadership roles come together to make this happen? Planning an event like this, it takes serious.
So the first, we actually originally had this idea, I want to say in 2023. But our support system wasn't as strong, and to have Mr. Hunter here and Mr. Josh here, they came along and they helped me and Jeremiah, really set this plan together, and they really stuck out more than me and Jeremiah did. They were the ones who went to the other students and asked them how they felt. They created the group me. We had this event on campus called LC on the Green, and that really was a big program event that we had that allowed other HBCU students to sign up.
Yes, and I'd say being that we're both sophomores, we came to the campus of an HBCU ready to make a change. We're both presidential scholars, so we know how important it is to make the best out of our opportunity here at Livingstone College and being able to attend school for free.
Yes.
What conversation or transformations do you hope this event sparked among participants and people who have witnessed this at Livingstone College?
I really hope that all the participants and the witnesses of 100 Men, 100 Suits really see that you can make a change, and your perception is your reality, and the fact of which, like, how you dress is how you're going to act and how you're going to carry yourself and how you're going to be represented and what you're going to be looked at as. So putting on a suit, there's nothing wrong with that, because there's been a lot of men that have said this has been their first time putting on a suit, but like moving forward, they'll continue to do that because it made them feel good about themselves, made them feel great, gave them a sense of identity they never knew they had. So just moving forward, I hope this becomes a tradition every year at Livingstone College. Moving
Yes.
forward.
And to piggyback off of Jeremiah, it's great to see the uplift in the community about how everybody is complimenting each other in every suit. There was not one suit that was the same. Even a black suit, even a white suit with a black button down, somebody had their own little twist to it. So it brings a lot of personality out of individuals. And contrary to popular belief, suits are very inexpensive when you properly shop. You can have one suit and two button downs and a lot of ties, and that can get you through the week. Like there's a lot of flavors you can have with your suits.
The power of mixing and matching. So you're definitely correct on that. Last question for everyone: what kind of impact have you already seen from this event, and what do you hope the legacy of 100 Men in Suits will be on your campus moving forward?
I want to say that the impact of this event has been tremendous. We now see more students that are males dressing up more. You know, we have this thing on campus called Dress Up Wednesdays, where we allow, or we would like to have, all students on campus dress up in business professional attire. But recently, it hasn't just been on Wednesday. It's been on Monday. It's been on Tuesday. It's been on Wednesday. It's really every day of the week. And not only has this impacted us, but it's also impacted the women on our campus. They've also recently did 100 Women in Dresses. They did that event right the day after the 100 Men in Suits. And having that happen on our campus just shows that people pay attention to us and they want to be a part of something special. And we want to keep this tradition going, not only yearly, but hopefully every other month.
Yes,
Now,
and like Kion said, just leaving the legacy on campus, this isn't something. It shouldn't need to be a certain day where everyone wears a suit. Be comfortable in a suit, just like you wear sweats to go to class. It's okay to wear a suit to go to class, even in presentations. After college, you're in the real world. You're in the real world, and you're working. So it's time to get a job. And like Jeremiah said, how you dress is how you perceive. You never know who's on the campus at Livingstone College. You need to be able to present yourself. The do rags and the bonnets eventually have to go. You can't be in the calf with a do rag and a bonnet trying to get a job opportunity. They'll look at somebody in the suit and just compliment them, and that's a conversation right there.
exactly.
Yes, and to pick it up back off what they said, it's okay to be different. I just hope that that's what 100 Men, 100 Suits brought to the people. That it's okay to be the only one in a suit. If you wear a suit on Monday, no one else in your class wears a suit. It's okay to be that only person, to be a light in the dark. It's okay to be that one person, because you never know how the other people are looking at you.
Yeah.
But you being the only person in the suit. So that's how I wanted to transpire across Livingstone College.
And piggybacking off of that, is always, contrary to popular belief, it's always good to stick out like a sore thumb, because a thumbs up always means go.
That's
And one last thing being, um, I want the stigma to be, do we have something today? Why are we wearing a suit today? I don't want it to be when someone sees us in suits, I want them to feel they're missing out because they're not in a suit, but not because they're going to have to go back and rush and be late. I should have wore a suit today. I'm the only one on campus without a suit. That's how we want Wear It Wednesdays and 100 Men, 100 Suits to be the reflection on Livingstone College's campus.
Now, Kaya, we had, homecoming's coming up, and we had your queen on last week, Cameron Oliver, on. She talked about coordination under the lights of Harlem Renaissance. What are you guys looking forward to the most about homecoming coming up at the end of the month?
I think about homecoming, I would have to say coordination is definitely number one for me. This will be my second coordination I'm a part of. I was the former Mr. Freshman in 2022, 2023. And being Mr. Freshman and serving under the former Mr. Livingstone, Charlie Collins, it really opened my eyes. And I never seen myself in this position. But to be in this position, I am so humble and I am grateful and I am thankful. And to have these fellas here, they've supported me from day one. From the time I wanted to run up until now, they've supported me and done everything for me. So I definitely would say I'm looking forward to coordination.
Well, thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming on. We appreciate your the work that you're doing over at your college and the impact that you guys have put on the stigma of it's okay to be different. I really appreciate that, and hopefully everybody out there who's watching took away from your story and continue the legacy over there at Livingstone College. Congratulations, and continue to do the work, and best of luck to you guys moving forward. Thank you so much. Well, it's time for our panel discussion topic of tonight. And tonight we're talking about the lesson within rejections, disappointment, failures, and how to overcome them. So let's bring in my colleagues and pals. Deuce Tucker, FAMU alum and extraordinaire, and that's Eddie Niel, our beloved queen from the AUC. Is she here? Yes. Hi, Eddie. Hello, Deuce. Hello.
Hi.
How is everyone doing tonight?
Ladies first.
I'm good. Everything's good on my end. How about you guys?
Pretty good. I'm blessed. Well, it's been a busy couple of weeks. So
Now Deuce is coming off his homecoming tour at his alma mater at FAMU. How was that, Deuce?
it was a movie.
Was it better than NCAT?
To me personally, no bias. Yes, it was. It was. I feel like it was just the right amount of people,
Okay.
the right amount of events, and we actually won our homecoming football game too.
Oh, congratulations! After a beatdown from Citra, you might as well.
Sometimes you need to beat down to rise up and to elevate. So
Oh, that's a Hamilton reference. Rise up, but people that went over people say.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, but Eddie Nayo, I know you guys homecoming coming up, but let's stick on script. Let's follow what we came here to talk about. All right, what's a moment in college when you face rejection or disappointment from either from an internship, an opportunity, or on campus, and how did it shape your way to see you, see how you are today, Eddie?
I'm thinking. I don't know off the top of my head.
Okay, Deuce.
Honestly, man, I gotta be honest. It's crazy because this might sound wild. Everything that I went out for in college, I got besides Mr. FAMU, and it's insane because I thought I was making all of the correct steps, not just to run for a position. Because I told you all weeks ago, I didn't care really too much about me getting involved in student leadership. I thought it was very important and essential for the student body, but not necessarily me. But me, not necessarily receiving that goal, even if it could be from thousands of votes to the 100 I lost by, like literally, I think it was like I lost by like 3%, 3 or 4%. And it made me realize everything that you intend on doing, God might have other plans. And it might necessarily be in your journey, but that setback can allow you to elevate and evolve in multiple capacities throughout your tenure, and not just in school, but in life. So no matter how sometimes much work you put in or sacrifice that you're able to actually contribute to the dreams you have, that might not necessarily be the walk that he wants for your life. And you have to learn how to be okay with that.
Eddie,
I 100% agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I'm a big firm believer in God's plan, and everything happens for a reason. And rejection can just be redirection for something that's truly meant for you, because what's meant for you and what is for you won't miss you. And I truly believe that. So yeah, I feel like especially if it's an opportunity that you thought was meant for you and that you prayed for and that you worked hard for, that experience you gained within that can also be a layup for something way bigger or something way better that you didn't even imagine. So
Sure.
Yeah, definitely. I will say some rejection. I think it builds you. You know, like the song says, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger." In the words of Kelly Clarkson. So I feel like some things that we go through, and like you said, Eddie, everything happens for a reason. So there's that some no's might be a no right now. It might be a no tomorrow. It might be a no 2 years from now. You never know. So I think that with rejection sometimes it hurts in the moment. It really does. And I'm a person that can attest to that. But I'm also a person who saw that a no in that moment turned into a yes a year or two later. So you just have to be patient. And if I'm a person of faith, if you trust in God, if you know that God won't steer you wrong, you'll be all right. You'll be okay. There might be some people that thought were your friends, and you think that's a failure or disappointment, and that are really not your friends. You see that, that's something to take, not hard to take while in the process. So that's just another thing. Another question, Deuce. Why do you think failure feels so personal, especially for Black students at HBCUs who often carry the pressure of representing more than just themselves?
I personally think that this is a great question. I realize that when you are in a specific space, especially at historically Black college and university, it feels as if you are in a small little world. Yes, we understand that the city is bigger than just, and life is just bigger than this institution. But because your everyday activities, when it comes to going to school, to fellowshipping with classmates, to peers, to relationships, to the things that occupy your time, have something to do with the school, that pressure continues to build up upon you due to that being your most common environment. And you don't necessarily realize that until you possibly get older. You might can say it, but you realize and actually comprehend it when you finally get older. And that also creates some type of havoc in a positive and negative way due to the inconvenience of trying to subconsciously satisfy others' wants, desires, and needs. However, people fail to realize that they have to actually compromise and observe and obtain their own desire to be able to be their best selves and to do what they need to do in order for all of the background noise, which are your constituents and your associates, to overweigh the power that you have within yourself. So, simply said, because this is your common environment, all of those pressures rely on your specific self in that current moment.
Eddie, go ahead. What's your take? I'm sorry. I thought you were just going to go right ahead.
no, you're fine. Um, I don't know. I feel like failure isn't the word. I feel like maybe it could be redirection. But for me, I'm a Cancer, so I'm a water sign. So, and then I go in my shell sometimes and certain things like that. But I feel like it can definitely feel personal, just as a Black woman, and knowing that in every room I walk into, I'm representing not just myself, but like I'm carrying my family and my community, and then also generations who fought for that can go for all of us. Generations who fought for us just to be able to sit at the table or vaguely just to exist. So every time I walk into a space, I feel the weight of wanting to make them proud and also make myself proud, and to show not necessarily to others, but to belong and know that I do belong in spaces and know that we do belong. But when something doesn't work out, it can definitely be disappointing. And then I feel like you can hear that internal voice saying, did you let those people down? Did you let your community down? Did you let your family down? And I feel like that's what can make a difference. And if you let that voice take control. But over time, what I've learned personally is that failure doesn't define who you are. I feel like maybe in a way it refines you. It shows you what you're good at, what you're not good at, and where you can grow. And it's a reminder that you're also still growing. You're still becoming who you are. You're still learning, and you're still growing into that person that you want to be at the end of the day, and that your ancestors answered prayers. So I feel like just living in that and with having that grace and giving yourself permission to grow publicly and imperfectly is okay.
Yeah, I totally agree, especially with what Deuce was saying, that people get so sucked in that when you're in, in college, that's your world. But we forget that there's a world outside of Tallahassee. There's a world outside of Atlanta. There's a world outside of Fayetteville. There's a world outside of DC where some of these institutions are located. These historically black colleges and institutions are located. People forget that, and I feel like that if you get a no at your institution, you could go get a yes at a local business or a local organization that can provide you with the opportunity even better. Because that's what I think people fail to realize, because we're in a world where we're so secluded, in a world where we think everything needs to be where we're at, when you have to pivot. Life is about pivoting. You have to be on the go. You can't take no for an answer. That's what I really found out. Especially in college, you cannot take no for an answer, because if you live your life, or if you depend on other people's making decisions for you, you're going to be stressed out. So you need to keep going. You need to take no for an answer, and find a way to get where you want to be. That's the bottom line. Deuce.
Hmm. No, I absolutely agree. And the fact of the matter is, I think and believe that many people don't necessarily do these things is because of the, like I said, lack of years within their, you know, who they are as a
Yeah.
people, as adults, and the influence. Think about it when it comes to like social media platforms. Most of the people that you're consuming their content with is people who are either viral or the people that are in your community. Those people are posting about events or somebody that you know's birthday, or people hanging out at this specific party or event or initiative. That's why a lot of those interior problems or mental type of circumstances create some type of havoc within other people's lives, that it might affect others more negatively than someone else. Or this one might affect somebody more positively because they're looking forward to the next event where they can be able to meet more people or be able to understand the importance of how to evolve and push away from these specific cycles. Another thing, because people are so satisfied within being in the specific space that they're in, they don't use the resources that are actually coming into their world to get them out, such as job fairs, influencers, people who are giving individuals and others who go to a specific institution or university the outlet to be able to express themselves that can take them far from the institution, because the institution or the college or the HBCU was not meant for you to be there for a long period of time, but it was meant there for you to be there for a specific period of time in order for you to prevail for the rest of time.
Eddie.
Is it along the lines of like
Oh,
failure and rejection?
well, I can ask one more question. What lessons have you learned from rejection or disappointment that success could have never taught you?
That's a good question. Um, that success couldn't have taught me.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, like you were saying, pivoting or understanding that your desires or your wish that you want in that moment. Like again, divine timing. Um, like things in life happen, and it's always important to have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
And rejection definitely can help you prepare for that. I feel like sometimes like protection can come disguised as a no. So every rejection I've faced or I've experienced taught me how to trust divine timing and not take things so personally. And realizing that when some things don't work out, it's not because I'm not enough or it's not because I could have done something differently. It's simply because it's something better that's better aligned with me that will come to me when I'm ready. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then also that shift in mindset of understanding of that shift in mindset that you experience after receiving that rejection can make you stronger and more secure in who you are, and then moving forward with faith instead of fear, because once you understand that every closed door is just redirection, I feel like that's, limitless. You'll never sit in fear, or you'll never sit in doubt, because now you know that there's something better out there for you, or you just know where to redirect your energy towards.
Deuce, what lessons have you learned from, disappointment or rejection that success could not have taught you?
No one cares how you feel. Pray and work harder.
Mm.
A lot of times we get so consumed in our emotions, but you got to remember this is a dog eat dog world. And if you don't eat, someone's going to eat for you. So continue to work, continue to grind, and don't feel dissatisfied or satisfied when your plate is full. It's time to clear it. So I feel as if even when you fall down, a lot of times people want to stay down, but it's time for you to elevate, evolve, and continue and be better than what you were the day before that. As well, sometimes people need to realize that you're not going to always receive everything you want in this life. That's okay. It teaches you how to pivot, it teaches you how to grow, and it teaches you how to evolve into who you need to be. That's what I learned that failure does. It builds
Yeah,
strength.
I totally agree. To answer the question, I feel like the lessons I have learned, from rejection or disappointment is I live this by this saying by I have it on my Instagram. I've been saying it since high school. The action never stops. When trouble comes your way, you still need to get going. Life still goes on. There's some disappointments that you're gonna face, but the action never stops. So, I have gone through disappointments from friends that I really thought that were my friends, but I still had to keep going. I was sad, but I had to keep going. People, colleagues that I really thought that were in my corner, or mentors that I really thought was in my corner, they disappointed me, but we have to still go, because at the end of the day, life does not stop for one thing because you're having a bad day. The world is still going to run. Last question: what advice would you give to students who are looking for opportunities but face rejection from internship or leadership roles on their campus? Deuce.
It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Yes, people I see it often, especially within HBCUs, when people are not necessarily able to receive that goal that they go out for. It could be a pageant, it could be SGA president, it could be class president, it could be Mr. or Miss or whatever. Don't stop the work just because you had to go in another direction. Learn how to learn how to benefit others in different ways and in different capacities. People realize that you might not be able to have all of the doors open for you that a Mr. or Miss or president or anybody in that ballpark might have. That's why you got to kick them things down. You have to find ways to be able to realize why you wanted to do that, why you wanted to run for that specific position, and then just satisfy yourself before you satisfy the world. Because if you don't have that internal love, you can't be able to give love. And love is effortless, but it's in abundance as well. So I want people to realize you have to go back to your foundation, why you ran for that position, to keep going, and that's not the end of the world. So it can also give you some type of motivation to. I have a certain motivation when it comes to me being able to lose certain things or do certain things. Now, I always encourage others who have either outdueled whomever that I might have thought that should have been in that position. I would say, hey, you know, do more events than that person. People are like, yo, why, what I'm saying, you're not doing this specific thing. Not nothing necessarily petty, but just being able to contribute to your community as in an abundance of what you were doing before you ran for that position, and show people how a crown or a sash or a ceremony doesn't define who you are, but the work does, because actions always speak louder than words.
Eddie, you had the last word.
Um, If I could give any advice to someone, a student facing rejection for an internship or leadership role, I would say don't let that no make you forget who you are. Sometimes rejection isn't a reflection on your ability, but it's definitely a reminder to realign yourself with your purpose and your interests. Every opportunity that passes, that you feel like is passing you by, is just making space for something that fits you better. Use that time to grow, to sharpen your skills, to prepare for when that right door does open and come, you're ready just to walk in like you belong there because you do essentially. And most importantly, don't shrink yourself just because a room doesn't see your light or see you for who you are. And then keep showing up authentically as yourself and keep showing up for yourself as well. Because the right opportunity will recognize you and your energy the moment you enter. So.
No doubt. We appreciate the conversation. Thank you guys so much for joining joining us today. We appreciate you guys for watching. From all of us here at Historically Black Sense, I'm Shamai Cook. Thank you so much to our staff, to our guests today. I'm Shamai Cook.
I'm Eddie Niall Pitts.
And I am Deuce Tucker.
And we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place. The action never stops. We love you for watching. See you guys next time. Bye-bye.